What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and for today I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on Ghost, the new speed villain that we got from update 4.2. Now before I jump into this, I just want to say this really quickly. For those of you guys who are free to play and you are concerned that you're missing out when it comes to Ghost, since he is a monthly bio-selector character, do not stress yourself, guys. If you have Mantis already built, a character that you can get for free, you essentially have Ghost, because Ghost is the speed male villain version of Mantis in my opinion. They share their play style, their crowd control, and their iframes, and to be honest, when you're playing Ghost, if you've ever played Mantis, you're going to feel very similar about this character. DPS is not extraordinary, but in overall crowd control and their play style and how safe they are as a character, they are very similar to each other. You're not missing out on too much besides the fact that this guy has a great leadership, but even the leadership is not as good as it may seem to you because it's very specific and only a select few characters can actually benefit from his leadership. And if you want to be able to tell which characters can benefit from his leadership, all you really need to do is go to the details section right here and click on this icon. If it says machine, then that character can actually benefit from his leadership. There's only, I believe, about 5 top tier characters that can actually currently benefit from this. The likes of Iron Man in his Infinity War uniform, Hulkbuster with his Infinity War uniform, War Machine also with his Infinity War uniform, and Punisher with his War Machine uniform. Yellow Jacket is also a really good option, and there's a few other machine type characters sprinkled in the game, but none of them really come to mind right now as being a top tier character. So those ones are going to be able to benefit from his leadership. As you guys can see right here, I have him built decently right now. 117 for attack speed, 57% for critical rate, 161 for critical damage, 41% for ignore defense, and 50% for reduced cooldown duration. So he's not completed by any means, but I've been testing him out extensively, and I gotta say he's very fun to play. The only problem I have with the character right now is that his DPS isn't superb for a paywall character, but for his leadership and overall value as a villain, I think he's a really good character, especially when it comes to Shadowland because of all the crowd control that he currently has. Now, looking further into his kit, you guys will see right here, this guy actually has 3 iframes, which is actually really cool. And on top of that, he has really good crowd control. The 5th skill is why I compare him to Mantis, because he gives him some fear, which is really good. As you can see, 5 seconds of fear, on top of the fact that on his 2 skill right here, he actually has 3 seconds of mind control with the 8-second cooldown. With max skill cooldown, as you guys can see right here, that I always have, you can actually keep the enemy mind control for the entirety of the fight if you're just going from your fear skill on your 5th and going right back into the 2 skill. It's just so awesome to play him in Shadowland, and if you put him in Conquest, he'll also do really well because of all the crowd control and the iframes. The 3 can also be used to crowd control the enemy because it allows you to grab the enemy and pull them with you, which is actually really cool, and this is an iframe as well. The 1 is the only skill in his kit, which is not really that great, but it does decent damage. The 4 is a massive debuff removal effect. Absolutely love this. It also gives him a refreshing guard, which is also good, and it increases his attack and attack speed and critical rate as well. So overall, a very solid kit on this guy. Not a super OP meta defining character, but one that is very fun to play for a select few game modes. Because of the mind control, I definitely see him having some value in World Boss Ultimate, but that's where I see it ending for this guy. I don't see him crushing it in PvP, and I don't see him being an ABX character. Even if he could compete on the speed day, I don't see him being a super OP character there anyways. And when it comes to his ISO set, I highly recommend that you guys go as offensive as possible, because like I said earlier, his damage is not out of this world, especially for a paywall character. However, when it comes to his obelisk, I do not recommend that you guys go with a damage prop, because although he has some crowd control control and some iframes, if you manage to have debuff removal in your kit and you can catch him outside of his iframes, he's actually pretty squishy. So I highly recommend that you guys treat him like you would Mantis and give him invincibility, because unlike Mantis, he doesn't have any native healing. His 4-star passive only gives him a 60% chance to be immune to physical damage for 2 seconds, and this is not very reliable, okay? So I highly recommend that you guys go with invincibility for his obelisk. His tier 2 passive is actually pretty good, 10% increase the energy attack, but it only applies to villains. However, if you pick up his uniform, this will apply to all allies. However, Cyclops has something very similar to this, and it's 15% to all allies. So yeah, keep that in mind, okay? It's not anything unique, so you're not really missing out on too much there. But with that being said, guys, let's actually jump into some gameplay. First, we're gonna head into Shadowland right here, and we're gonna take him into a wave mode and show you guys how he performs, and then we'll jump out and jump into a little bit more gameplay after. One thing I really like about this guy is that he's a speed character and he's an energy-based speed character. Prior to this, we only had Luna Snow, and now we have another, so he's kind of unique in that way. Alright, so we're going to open with the 5 for that fast iframe. Then we'll hit him with the mind control. Okay, I thought for a second he was still attacking me even though I had him on the mind control. Whoa, 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 chill. Chill, Sin. Okay, where are you, Cap? Get out here. Oh wait, don't you have debuff removal? Let's see how that works out for you. Oh wait, all the mobs are already dead? I was trying to use Cap to kill them. Yeah, so as you guys can see, this guy is super easy to play for stuff like Shadowland. But I don't see him doing this in World Boss mode because the fear is not going to help him there. But let's jump out of here and I'll show you guys a little bit more using him. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the gears on him. He's actually not completed yet. The gears are only at 18. I'll potentially finish him off really, really soon. But let's actually jump into this World Boss riff here really quickly and I'll show you guys how he does. So, where's this guy? We'll just pick up this team. Let's do it. Alright, boys. So this should give you guys a good idea of what you can expect out of Ghost outside of Shadowland, because he's going to be really good for Shadowland thanks to the fear and the mind control. Same thing goes for Alliance Conquest when he uses those skills, but outside of the leadership role and those 2 specific game modes, you can't really expect this guy to be plowing down the competition for you. That's just my take. And the 5th skill is actually super easy to be cancelled. If there's even a half of a chance that the enemy's about to enter an iframe and you touch that skill, completely cancelled, and that loses all of your damage. And believe me, damage is not something you want to be losing with this guy, because there's not that much to go around. just got hit there. That's not good. I need all my HP for when Black Dwarf gets out here, because I don't even think this guy can beat Black Dwarf. Simply because, Black Dwarf is gonna bleed this guy so hard because the guard is not gonna give him any kind of protection. And the mind control is not gonna work too much against Black Dwarf, because after, I believe, the first phase right here, he's actually gonna start removing debuff from himself, and the damage looks pretty pitiful, I can't lie. For 50% increase to his own attack and another 10 from the 4 skill, which I basically always have up, you would think he'll be dealing so much damage that he'll be plowing down the competition for a premium character. That's what I expected. Not what I got though. And we actually about to die with this guy. And we're about to die. Goddamn. Yeah, so stick to Mantis, guys. Stick to Mantis. At least Mantis has healing. And I'm not even going to follow him because he's going to smash the ground with the invisible attack and do that. Okay. He's going to... Wow! And we freaking died. Okay. Let's just finish this up with X23. Because it's funny, because I think even X23, even though she's a physical character, will actually deal more damage than this guy was dealing. And the funny part about all this, my X23, let's actually dodge this first. My X23 actually has 15 gears, okay? This guy, at least, he had freaking 18 gears. Can she even finish it up? I don't even know, because that physical shield is going to be a bitch to break. This guy's still jumping into that skill even when I'm in my skill. Yeah, X23 should be able to finish this up. But my opinion, guys, like I've been saying, man, just stick to Mantis. Those of you guys who are free to play, you don't need them. There's no super OP. Like, the best character that you can use him to buff is Iron Man, right? And you can easily replace your Iron Man with any other blast character in the game and you'll be perfectly fine, right? That's just my opinion. You can replace freaking Iron Man with Doctor Strange, who's free, Cable, who's free, Jean Grey, who's free. Well, kind of sort of free. You just gotta save for the Magneto Deluxe package and all that other stuff. But my opinion, he's fun to play, great for Shadowland, good for Alliance Conquest, a good leadership, but a niche leadership. So yeah, you can live without Ghost, in my opinion. I was pretty sloppy here with him, ended up dying, but you guys saw where that was going. Would have taken the whole time to kill Black Dwarf, and he was not really that safe. But that's all I have for this one, guys. Like always, thanks for watching. Hope it was somewhat informative, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love, and I'm gone.